Welcome everyone to Radland. I'm your host Nick and I'm here in Pomona, California today. You'll see a very familiar sign right behind me. I'm here celebrating the 75th anniversary of In-N-Out Burger. 75 years exactly to the day, starting in Baldwin Park, October 22nd. It is a very big celebration. There's gonna be lots of In-N-Out food, a lot of props we're gonna see, a lot of history, and a lot of cars. Definitely some SoCal nostalgia in this video. I'm gonna grab myself a burger, maybe a shake or two, get on some rides, and check everything out.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a sold out event. Take a look at this line. It's moving pretty fast, but it is pretty long. Goes all the way almost to the back of the parking lot. And this is actually more than one line. All right, I'm nearly there. I hopped into a line where they have no bag check. So if you don't have a bag, you can hop in this line. I just have my camera batteries and my wallet. Kind of makes the process a lot faster. It cuts my time in half probably because that line is still pretty long. All right, so apparently there is more lines to get inside. This is to scan our tickets. This is a lot longer than the check-in security line. So hopefully this comes by pretty fast too.
Over here, Mike.
This is gonna be a little while.
Are you here for the car show?
Yeah, just for everything, some burgers, honestly. Thank you so much. All right, so I'm all scanned in. I purchased my ticket about 6 months ago and they did sell out about 3 months ago. So tickets went by pretty fast. It is a sold out event, so it's gonna be pretty crowded. They also gave me this itinerary booklet with all today's scheduled events and a little bit of In-N-Out history in the back. So here's a quick look at some of the shirts and other merchandise they have available. Looks like they sold out on 2XL and 3XL on the anniversary tee. I think they only have small and large left, but they have a lot of 75th anniversary stuff. I don't think any of this is exclusive. It's probably gonna be available at the store in Baldwin Park and online, but they have all the other stuff as far as like the pins, the license plate frames, all the other little trinkets, mugs and sock, and it's a pretty long line. You can see everybody's kind of waiting to get their merch. Here's one of the many photo ops that say In-N-Out. There's quite a few of these, and there's also a lot of photo backdrops. There's also a ton of classic cars and some drag races also going on. Now, you just can't think of In-N-Out and not think of some old classic cars, and there's a lot of them here for the 75th anniversary festival. We're gonna check them out all right now after heading inside the museum. Check this billboard out. This is the entrance to the museum. Now, this looks familiar, like the billboard that was on 7th Avenue with the Big Burger. You don't see this anymore, so this is pretty awesome to see this. We're gonna go inside and check all the stuff out. All right, let's get inside the air conditioning. So here's a look at the drinks that were offered. They actually didn't have Coke. They had Pepsi Cola. They also had some other drinks that I've never heard of. Hires, some delicious Delaware Punch, and other drinks from local California companies that probably no longer exist. And there is one of the founders, Esther Snyder, in 1948, I'm assuming, with all this furniture from that time period. You can see there's like a little reel playing on that projector, which is all looks like original footage from Esther, Harry, and the whole In-N-Out family from back in the day. Pretty awesome. Here it reads, 75 years ago, Harry and Esther opened In-N-Out Burger on October 22nd, 1948. They sold 57 burgers on their first night of business. The multitude of the ways Harry and Esther's insight and contributions have shaped In-N-Out Burger over 75 years is truly limitless. Their dream is now recognized as gold standard, and today that golden standard definitely stays with In-N-Out in all its locations all throughout the US. Wow, just take a look at this early handwriting training manual on how to cook a hamburger. That is pretty awesome. So this is definitely real. This might have been Harry Snyder or Esther Snyder's writing. You can see it is written in cursive, and it pretty much gives instructions on how the bread must be toasted, how everything must be cooked, and I'm sure the standard is still used today. And like I mentioned earlier, the core values of In-N-Out are part of its history. They hold on to them, and they still use them today, just like they did in 1948. It is one of the many companies that still do that. There's only a few in California, and In-N-Out is definitely one of them. Wow, take a look at this. This is the opening day scissors for the original In-N-Out in Baldwin Park, 1948. This is the scissors Harry and Esther opened their first hamburger stand. Very neat that they still have these today. In-N-Out Burger has been family owned and operated since 1948, and you can see on that photo at the very corner, Esther Snyder, the current CEO of In-N-Out, is doing a ribbon cutting, and it looks like she's doing it with the scissors that are on display right here that were used for the opening days. If they do ribbon cuttings with those scissors today, that is pretty awesome.
Word genuine etched right into it. That's the same kind of genuine as a real In-N-Out double-double with American cheese. They're genuinely friendly.
All these
people,
old photos,
ice cream shakes.
70s and 80s.
Seems to me,
look at the trucks.
Just beat them. Genuine standard operating procedure.
And of course, the popular jingle. Oh, look at the trailer. That's cool. They had In-N-Out trailers before they had the trucks. Look at all those potato trucks. Here's a look at the Burger Bowl Championship trophy designed by Guy Snyder. Now this was their version of the Super Bowl trophy. Pretty awesome. Stores did win this in the 90s. First time seeing it in person. Here's a sweet tribute to Guy Snyder, the speed demon of the In-N-Out family, if you will. He was the reason why we have hot rods on the back of the In-N-Out t-shirts and all the amazing art within In-N-Out. And he is the reason why In-N-Out is now a hot rod staple in SoCal. Now there's nothing saying here that this is his motorcycle, but I'm assuming it either has something to do with him or maybe it was another members of the family. But he was a big hot rod and motorcycle connoisseur during his time and combined it with In-N-Out Burger, and it paired so well. And there he is, Guy Snyder in front of In-N-Out in his Cobra. Having lost his younger brother Rich in a tragic plane crash in 1993, Guy became chairman of the board with Esther as president. Together they charted the path to see us through our despair and guide the company into an even brighter future. His heart for our associates led him to frequently share his preference to refer to them as family, and that love and appreciation is still a model today through his daughter Lindsay. He also had a love for fast cars, and his racing name was the Flying Dutchman, a name used for the secret order that is one of his favorites. Guy focused on the company even more to improve quality and the speed of service. Oh, we have a countdown going on.
Join us as we count down to that big moment, 75 years ago today. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In-N-Out Burger opened up to the public. Now it's 75 years of In-N-Out Burger.
Wonderful customers and our amazing In-N-Out Burger family. And served in a warm and friendly manner. They also believed in taking care of the people working alongside them. Harry and Esther called their employees helpers to show respect and paid them well. In-N-Out grew so quickly that store number 2 in San Gabriel was built and began serving customers in 1949. Stores were added all through the 50s and 60s, and innovations were made to enhance Harry's vision to better serve our customers. At young ages, Guy and Rich started helping out in the stores, learning everything from the ground up. In 1963, Harry hired our first butcher, Martin Edwards, to create our own in-house meat department. To this day, it's still our own team of In-N-Out butchers that produce every meat patty on every In-N-Out hamburger.
That's why it's so good.
We receive only the finest front quarter beef chucks, which are deboned by hand and formed into the freshest, highest quality hamburger patties around. When Harry passed away in 1976, a gifted and hard-working visionary, he had seen his dream become a reality and set an industry standard for excellence and service that is truly one of a kind. Rich became president at only 24 years old, but Esther knew he was well prepared. He had watched and learned the business from his father for many years and was eager to carry on Harry's legacy. In 1979, we opened our first dining room location, store number 21 in Ontario, California. All through the 80s, Rich focused efforts even more on pleasing our customers. He also had an ambitious growth plan and knew it could only happen by continually developing well-trained associates to manage our future stores. To meet that challenge, he opened the In-N-Out University in 1984, and training is our future became a company philosophy. We added 33 more stores in the 80s, bringing the total number of restaurants to 56. Building dining room stores had become the norm, and everyone was excited when our newest in Barstow opened as the first store with 3 grills. A sign of things to come, as a decade later, that became the standard for all new store construction. The 90s brought even more growth to the company. Number 57 was our pioneer store in San Diego and quickly became the first to sell over 1 million burgers in its very first year.
Wow.
Rich also created a toll-free customer service line and the QFC department to closely monitor quality, friendliness, and cleanliness. Self-serve drink stations were introduced, and the divisional trainer program was started to further develop our associates. But the biggest excitement in 1992 was the opening of the first store outside California, store number 80 in Las Vegas, Nevada. Now In-N-Out was in 2 states, and we were also ready to move up to Central California. Sadly, in 1993, Rich was lost in a tragic plane crash, along with good friends, our Vice President Phil West and burger television producer Jack Sims. Under Rich's leadership, the company had grown to 93 stores. Working through their grief, the In-N-Out Burger family pulled together. Esther became president. Guy stepped in as chairman of the board, and together they charted a path to see us through our despair and lead us into a brighter future ahead. Part of the corporate office expanded to Irvine, and Guy began to focus the company even more to improve upon quality and speed of service. Grills and fryers were significantly upgraded, and additional equipment was added at many stores. The commissary was expanded to keep up with business. A quality assurance area was built in the warehouse, and he took steps to further promote excellent training and development for each and every associate, creating the learning management system, which went on to become a successful e-learning platform that we still use today. We moved into the Northern California market with the opening of store number 96 in Tracy, then continued farther north. Another drink size and Dr. Pepper were added to the menu to give more variety to our customers. And our 100th store in Gilroy, California was a major company-wide milestone. Our celebration was fleeting, however, as together we mourned Guy's passing in 1999. Under his leadership, the company had grown to 140 stores and proudly enjoyed a loyal customer following that was truly one of a kind. From 57 burgers sold on a Friday evening in 1948 to millions of burgers a half-century later, new store openings were eagerly anticipated by both associates and customers alike. And again, we moved into another state, Arizona. On August 4th, 2006, we mourned the passing of our beloved Esther. She had been a true friend and a strong and inspirational leader for 58 years. But even more, the loving influence and the incredible impact she made within her family, the company, and the community she touched so powerfully would live on forever.
There's a nice little tribute area to Lindsay Snyder, the daughter of Guy Snyder. She definitely loves cars, loves In-N-Out, and still holds her dad's values up to In-N-Out till this day. She takes up many hobbies, is in a rock band, all while managing the In-N-Out family business. So here's a look at the new design for this year's anniversary. Here's a few stickers I'm going to take. These are pretty awesome. Same design as on a t-shirt, but they're giving out stickers here at the event. Here's a look. I'm not sure if this is the first or just one of the early In-N-Out t-shirts. It looks very different. You see the arrow is actually the mascot. I actually seen this one online, I think on eBay, for a couple grand, but he's driving a unicycle. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought this back in the future. I wouldn't mind having that as a sticker. Here's a look at just some of the t-shirt designs that released over the years. You'll find these all the way in Nevada, Arizona, at those In-N-Outs, and of course very popular here in SoCal. Now this is a really neat display. This is like a timeline of all the bumper stickers. You can see some really old ones. I haven't seen that one in a very long time, and I actually have this one. This one's from like the early 90s, late 80s. It's got the reflection of the palm tree and the hamburger and the glasses. Some of you might recognize that one, but there's some real old ones I haven't seen. Quality you can taste, and then this one really tripped me out. This one says "Bite Me" In-N-Out Burger. That's something that they wouldn't make today, but I would definitely get that if they had it. They've also added a little nod to the license plates of the locations where In-N-Out Burger is established, which is also a nice little touch. Here's a look at the women's uniform in the 70s. It looks a little different. You got a lot more yellow, and their hat, or it's actually not a hat, it's just a cover. Pretty interesting. And then take a look at the hats. These are pretty awesome. So this is the one they use today, and then it goes down the line to the oldest. This is one of the early ones, kind of the ones you see like the regular burger restaurants or the mom and pop restaurants use, and then a little more personal French fries, In-N-Out hamburgers, and then this one, when the double double came into place, and then it gets a little more colorful, and then this is the today. You can definitely tell a difference between all of them. Wow, I am a huge pin collector, and I wasn't aware that In-N-Out had their own custom pins. If I want to get some, even if they have one today, I'll definitely buy it if they have like a 75th anniversary one. So here's the timeline of the In-N-Out name tags. You can see from 1960 till 2021. It's pretty much the same from today, the 2021 one, but look at all these. These are very different. I haven't seen any of these. I think this one is like 50,000 Club, a store that has sold over 50,000. And this one also says, "May I help you?" which is pretty odd. You never really see any kind of writing on the In-N-Out name tag. And the very first one was actually not red, but it was blue. But it is very interesting seeing the transitions throughout the years of the name tags. Now you'll recognize some of these hot rods on some of the original art on the In-N-Out t-shirts, or in some shape or form they belong to one of the family members, so they definitely have history with In-N-Out Burger. There's Lindsay Snyder in her Dodge Charger, which is right behind the screen. This is pretty rad. Burning out. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Very nice. I think it's a 69, I want to say. All right, before it gets any later, I'm gonna grab some food so I can check out the rest of the festival. I haven't eaten, and I knew I was gonna be here to get some In-N-Out, so let's do it. So they have quite a few food trucks here. A lot of the lines are pretty long. I found the shortest one, and I'm guessing it's gonna be about a 15 to 20 minute wait. We'll see how it goes and how long it takes for me to get my food. Wow, so that was probably the longest I've ever waited for In-N-Out, probably about an hour and a half. Finally got my 3x3 fried mustard, chopped chilies, and extra toast with my commemorative drink, which is refillable for the rest of the day here at the festival. These did sell out as I was purchasing this one. I think this is part of the last batch, and I'm not sure if these are available online. I think you can only get these here. You can see it says 75th anniversary. Pretty cool plastic little cup. It's my little souvenir for today's anniversary. Since I wasn't able to get my t-shirt, it did sell out, but they did say they were gonna have some available online, but this is only available here. So pretty cool that I was able to acquire this.
On my double door 3x3, not a double double. Let's take a bite and finally dig in after an hour and a half. I used to work at In-N-Out back in 2004 through 07, so I haven't worn one of these in a long time, and it feels kind of weird, but I'm digging in for the 75th anniversary.
So I just picked up my keepsake R. I think this is pretty awesome that they give these out with an admission ticket. It's one per person, so you can see there's a little detail. I think that's Lindsay Snyder doing a burnout. They had 4 different ones. I like this one the best, so I went with this one. Looks like she's saying out the window, here's to another 75 years.
Well, that's a wrap on today's video celebrating the 75th anniversary to my favorite fast food chain, In-N-Out Burger. Cheers to another 75 years. What a great celebration. What an amazing festival. Lots to do. I wasn't even able to check out the drag races or get on any of the rides. But that's okay, because I was really intrigued about the history, and I'm glad I went into depth and I got to see all of that. Now, I did overhear that a museum might be coming soon, so stay tuned. If any information gets released, we'll let you guys know. Thanks to all my new subscribers. I have more videos coming your way, so stay tuned. But thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.